All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will, is edifying. Let me share my screen. I was looking at some videos, man, because supposedly, what's her name? Shakira is going to be coming here tomorrow to Boston. Okay, and she's been pretty much accused of, not accused, but Salakia. Let me just share my screen. I don't know what's going on here. Why isn't my screen popping up? Okay, there it goes. She's pretty much been accused of spreading the measles, man. Not her specifically, but her concerts. Last concert she had, somebody had the measles there, and everyone that went there, they were given a notice that you know that they've been exposed. And now she's on her way here to Boston. As a matter of fact, let me check this out. So, we gotta watch out for this, man. Shakira Boston tickets. What day is it? Fenway Park. Valid May 24th to May 30th. So this might have already started. And you people out there, man, you don't hear the news, so you think, shit, I already bought the tickets. This is not the time to really be in that spirit, man, of mirth and going out all the time. We're really not in that time. As a matter of fact, let's start there in Ecclesiastes. I believe it's 7. Ecclesiastes 7. And, I'll just start at the top. A good name is better than precious ointment in the day of death than the day of one's birth. Yeah, because it's better. The day of death is better than one's birth, because when you die, you're in paradise. Okay, you're not being afflicted anymore. Job gets into that. Job tells you that that's where the oppressor cease, something like that. I don't know, but he explains that. Yeah, Job 3:18. Let's grab that real quick. He explains that this is what he was longing for, because he understood the spiritual realm. Job 3, verse let me go up, because I started at 11. The point's like in 18. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept, then had I been at rest. So he's saying he wish he died, wish he was like a stillborn baby, with kings and counselors of the earth which built desolate places for themselves, or with the princes that had gold who filled their houses with silver, or as hidden untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light. So he wished this happened to him. There the wicked cease from troubling, talking about in death, in the spiritual realm. And there the weary be at rest. There's no rest here in earth, man. You got to work every day. You're subject to all types of diseases and harm. Okay. There the prisoners rest together, they that hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So the oppressor, the servant, they're all at rest up there. Okay. So that's what that's going into. A good name is better than precious ointment in the day of death than the day of one's birth. That's why we need to be changed ultimately. Okay, because having that new body, we get to experience both there's the spiritual and the carnal. You know, you basically have it all. Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. And this is you're not in a mourning state, a repentive state, because you lack the understanding that you committed sin against the heavenly Father. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Yeah, so you know that's the end of all men, being in that house of feasting, man, because you ain't in the right mindset. You're not in the right season. Okay. You know, if there's a, you know, you read Ecclesiastes the third chapter, he tells you there's a time for war and a time for peace. This ain't the time for that, man. Esau got COVID going out there in India and China. Things are going on in the world, and then RFK is talking about measles in Texas. It's already here. Shakira just did a concert and is spreading at the concert, and now she's here in Boston. This is someone that's known to have been in at that arena that they're telling people, if you've been there, you've been exposed. Well, guess what? She's been exposed too. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Yeah, so there's a benefit to being in a mourning state, okay? Because it's like you're going through the proper grieving. You know, a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you haven't grieved, and it's unnatural to be in a happy state, given the history that you just suffered. Okay, but when you get into the practice of mourning and pretty much repenting and asking the Lord for forgiveness, there's a healing to that, because you're going to be comforted with these words. So as this society starts to break down, you're going to try to maintain being sick minded. You're going to want to maintain to be partying more, and that's not the mind you want to be in. Okay. Mourning is the proper state to be in if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and not just mourning and just, oh, woe is me. No, but um, acknowledging the fact you've with this knowledge that you've committed sin, that you can see through the prophecies and the things, that the current events, that hey, this devil ain't got that much time left, man. The Lord's coming back, and he's not coming back to do anything other than destroy him, okay, and save his elect. Ecclesiastes 7:4. It says, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth. And that's, you're a fool if you're in the house of mirth, man. Okay? But the heart of the wise, which is your mind, is in the house of mourning. Okay? Which is in a state of repenting. Okay? We're not looking for Shakira to comfort us.
Okay, major potential measles exposure at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, May 15th at a Shakira concert. Measles is highly contagious, with 9 out of 10 unvaccinated people becoming infected when they come into contact or are within
9 out of 10 people end up becoming infected.
the same airspace.
And she was in a concert. That's a huge airspace. Let's look at MetLife after.
As someone who is infected, up to 2 hours after that person has left the room. If you are infected with measles, symptoms can take between 14 and 21 days to begin.
That was 15 days ago, so this is 28th. So what's that? 13. What's that? 5 and 8 is 13 days ago.
To show up. If you are unvaccinated and you are attending that concert, it's probably a good idea to call your physician and ask them what you should do next.
And they're going to tell you to go get a jab shot. Okay. We don't recommend it, but we suggest it. Okay. And the vid's coming back out. They're already making jab shots for that. And what's inspired me to do this video, I was watching this video about somebody complaining about um, um, basically asking for jab shots that are specific to like the measles, or you know, specific to whatever vid variant you have. Yeah, they need to open it up. So they want all these. There's people who want specific, not really regulate, not reg. I can't say the word regulate, but not really. It hasn't been really proven, but they're so they trust in mRNA technology so much that they're willing to risk it because there's no cure for there's no um vax for measles right now. So they in some of these new variants, so they think having a singular jab shot for something specific that you have is the way to go.
All right, take care out there.
Okay, and that's just foolishness. It's folly. Okay, that's Shakira. 9 out of 10 people, man. And we only say that because hey, it's all in the Bible, man. Second Esdras, chapter 15, 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." So plagues, man. Let's look at this word, plagues. A contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever and delirium, typically with the formation of bubonic plague, and sometimes infection of the lungs, uh, pneumonic plague, cause continual trouble or distress too. So let me look at this word, measles. Um, First, let me look at this. Is there the measles vax part of MMR vaccine is a safe and highly effective way to prevent it. So, a highly contagious and potentially dangerous disease, the MMR vac is typically given in 2 doses, with the first at 12 to 15 months and the second 4 to 6 years, according to the CDC. So, 2 doses of the MMR vac are 97% effective at preventing measles. What's this? 5 days ago, most people get the MMR vaccine as children. It's given in 2 shots. The first typically when a child is between 12 and 15 months of age, and the second when they are 4 to 6 years old. It's a live vac, meaning that it contains a small weakened dose of the virus. So good luck. Good luck, man. Back in the day when you had chicken pox, your family would just have everyone gather around, and if it killed you, it killed you, and if it didn't, it made you stronger, man. Okay, and that's an old school move showing you that Jake don't trust Esau, man. He think he's a scriptures call him a physician of no value, man. This is who you're going to for medical advice. Okay, the damn devil. He don't know shit. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, and this is what he forges a lie and gets you to come over there, and he gives you the wrong diagnosis. He misdiagnoses you and puts you to death. Ye are all physicians of no value. Okay, all of these Edomites, man, are physicians of no value. They ain't bringing um, any life. Okay, they can't bring life. Okay, they don't follow life. They hate life. They're adverse to life. They're adverse. They hate the sun. They're just wicked as hell, man. Okay. Um, Baruch. And they hate the Lord. So why would you trust somebody that literally hates the Lord? They think they're get the fuck out of here. Baruch 4:1, the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. And they don't follow this book. They hate the laws of God, man. They hate them. They hate the Lord. Okay, but the Lord is bringing these plagues. That's the point. Okay, sword, famine, death, and destruction. And it said, I was looking up measles symptoms. Measles, a highly contagious viral illness, typically begins with fever, cough, runny nose, and red eyes. Within a few days, tiny white spots may appear inside the mouth, followed by a red rash that starts on the face and spreads to the body. Just like Esau, man. He wants to spread that form of red. It is, this is who you're going to, man. Leviticus 13:2. When a man shall have in the skin of the flesh a rising scab, a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons, the priest. And just like that was a common thing, man. Leprosy. Now measles is a different form. I was looking that up. Measles and leprosy, they're two different things. But some of the they both. Let me see. They're both plagues, distinct infectious diseases, although they were historically confused due to the visible skin manifestations of leprosy and the appearance of measles rash. Leprosy is a chronic bacterial infection caused by Mycobacterium leprae, while measles is a highly contagious viral infection. Now, chronic bacterial infection and a viral infection. Like a virus, this occurs when a virus infects the body, causing illness. So, different way, man. Super contagious, and she's coming out here, man. Okay, she's coming out here. Everybody want to go see her, but that's what Esau would do. These different concerts, he'll unleash some shit on you, man. Okay, just to go see her, go watch her on TV. What's this? How many? This is. Let me go up more. I just figured, I saw her that she's coming here to Boston, so I thought that was Shakira concert goers may have been exposed to measles, and you gotta. This is how Esau does it, man. Trust in this devil, man. And then, like I said, seeing what he's doing out there, with these different plagues that are going on in the world. You gotta be aware of this stuff, man. Let me see what this says real quick.
Tonight's Health Watch, New Jersey health officials are warning residents about another confirmed case of the measles. The health department says someone who lives out of state attended the Shakira concert at MetLife Stadium last week.
I'm glad so it's an open stadium. But still, man, they said that shit can linger in the air.
Week while infectious. People may have been exposed on May 15th starting around 7:30 p.m. until May 16th around 1 a.m. Officials are urging everyone to stay up to date on vaccines for best protection against the disease.
You see what they're suggesting, and then so this is what the Lord's talking about. And this was going on.
I've been trying to configure this field for an hour, but this CRM sucks. Maybe it's time to stand up to these slow...
You probably didn't learn nothing from the last plague that was out there. And you're probably going to make the same. What did you learn within the last 5 years? Okay? You probably fully more indoctrinated than you've ever been. You were vote. You were participating in voting. You didn't like Biden, so he had you with the jab. Then he got you with his political system. You know, he probably got you economically. You probably more involved with cryptocurrencies and things like that. You just more. He just following you down the road of destruction, man. You're not preventing yourself. Have, have you been seeking the Lord more? How scary it was in 2020, when all these things were happening. A lot of people thought it was going to be the end of the world, and who was seeking the Lord, man? Who was preparing themselves? And you know, since that time, brothers, been more people have woken up to the truth, and they've been coming out, bringing out videos, doing, you know, speaking up about things, being more vocal about the truth. And you know, right now, more people are more hardened and into following in this world, and it's gonna lead you to taking that MOTB. Okay, if the jab, if you were taking the jab, and now you're probably taking the measles jab, you out of here, man. You're just gonna you're not you're not keeping the commandments. You're not seeking the Lord. So what can the
Scientists at Stanford have detected a new COVID variant that experts say is already evident in wastewater samples in California. And this comes as vaccine access could be changing. I'm Amadate.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. ABC 7 News reporter Leslie Brinkley looks into what we can expect going into the summer and then the fall.
COVID-19 is still evolving, and scientists are keeping close tabs on NB.1.8.1, a substrain detected in China last month, and now it's circulating in the Bay Area.
It has been reported in Europe, and it's been reported here in the U.S. We've seen it here in our wastewater. We've seen it here in California in wastewater. So it's around.
Experts at the University of California at Berkeley say the good news is this strain does not appear to be more virulent, but it does look to be more contagious.
It appears to be able to attach to the receptor sites on our cells more avidly, with greater ability, which may mean that it's more transmissible, which would not be good news.
COVID numbers have been low.
Running this transmissible bullshit for too long, man. Think about all the different variants that were coming out. This is more transmissible. Hey, it's transmissible, fool. Just more, it's more transmissible than any other variant. You know, just trying to add more fear. Okay, trying to poke those nerves again, try to get people scared again, man.
In 2025 so far, but that could change in the coming months.
Come the fall and next winter, respiratory season, if you will, we will see a resurgence, more people getting infected with the circulating variant.
And listen, if they keep getting infected, guess what? It's because Esau's affecting you. He already got you. Okay, he already got you. So he can probably, and activate it however he does it.
More people hospitalized and more people dying.
That could be factored into the decision.
And you know, how many people got put to death in 2020? You know, those numbers were astronomical, supposedly. Even though we know, a lot of the numbers were. He would give, you get in a car accident and die, you were part of the number. People die every day.
Decisions about an upcoming COVID booster, even as vaccine access is being restricted, with the Health and Human Services Secretary now removing the vaccine from the CDC's immunization schedule for pregnant women and healthy children.
We know that if you're vaccinated during pregnancy, those antibodies that mom develops pass through to the baby and protect the infants and the very young children up to about 6 months of age from COVID. So all of this protection is being lost by this decision.
So here they go with this propaganda again, but What about natural immunity? You know, if you get it, you get it. Why you're trying to prevent something that you might not even get? What do you think you have an immune system for? This dude thinks he's God. Okay, this dude is not right in his head. He's not upright. He's the fucking devil. Okay, I don't care how he talks. You know, using big elaborate words. It's fake, man. He's a physician of no value, man. And a lot of them don't even know. They just regurgitate what they read in books. They don't have no clue. No clue. Okay, the Lord is controlling. I was talking to these two Moabites, 85 years old, man. And they were walking. They were, you know, they looked very good for their age. And I asked them what they were doing. How did you maintain yourselves? And they said, don't trust that American diet. Don't eat meat every day. Eat more vegetables. And hey, that's great advice, man. And that's something that our ancestors did too. Because this devil is defiling the meat. We're gonna eat our food defiled, even though you know your greens, everything's defiled. But hey, man, so when you take the best out of the worst, the closest thing you can get to the best is eating vegetables. Okay, and not eating this American diet. You can pretty much get away from that, man. You can count that as fucking. It's gonna kill you. Clearly, look at what people are going to the hospital for. High, what do you call it? Diabetes. People got all different type of, overweight. You know, putting stress on your body. That's the American diet. Okay, and what does it consist of? Meat. Huge, just overindulging in meat. Insatiably overindulging in meats. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I wouldn't even eat 3 times a day. And a lot of people don't like eating salads and stuff, but the best thing to do is probably get make smoothies and things like that. But make sure you get those vegetables in you, those greens in you.
Personally, I'm going to get a booster. I recommend to my friends and family get the booster.
I'm Leslie Brinkley, ABC 7 News.
Don't listen to this damn devil. No, devil, you go get that damn booster. Get 10 of them. Fucking devil. Get fucking 10 of them. RFK. Let's see what he says.
It's one thing to say the measles vaccine is the best way of preventing spread, but it's another thing to then say, and therefore, we suggest that you get the measles vaccine.
That's very key what he just said. Okay? Because the way you say things, when you're talking to this fucking devil, you better be Googling what he said. Hold on, what does this mean? A lot of people think you know what he's saying. No, he's a fucking devil. Okay? And now he's trying to put this snake in a box. And look at how he maneuvers around it.
It's one thing to say the measles vaccine is the best way of preventing spread, but the
measles vaccine is the best way for preventing spread.
Another thing to then say, and therefore, we suggest that you get the measles vaccine.
We encourage people to get the measles vaccine.
Okay, so I think that's actually the next step, and that's news as far as I'm concerned, that you're saying that. what's the position philosophically of the federal government in terms of public health?
The federal government's position, my position is people should get the measles vaccine, but if that
Measles, they should get it.
the government should not be mandating.
Understand,
those.
but
I've always said during my campaign and every public statement I've made, I'm not going to take people's vaccines away from them. What I'm going to do is make sure that we have good science so that people can make an informed choice.
So he's for them. Okay? He's for pushing it too. Who benefits from that? Let's look at some of these companies that because this is a lot of good news for them. Okay, let's look at the past year. Oh, they've been going down. What about since 5 years ago? So they're still kind of down. Where was it? The price right now is $26.52. This is Moderna mRNA. I wonder what's keeping this price down so low. All this good news about different plagues and stuff like that. 2020. Okay. 26. How much was it? Damn, that shit went up to $450 from $20. But this is, this is kind of what you should keep an eye on for, man. And now they're really low. Let's see. Because who's making these jab shots, man? Let's find out. Okay, in the United States, several companies manufacture Vacc for measles, including Merck & Co. and GlaxoSmithKline Biologies. These companies also produce combination vaccines that protect against measles, mumps, and rubella. Oh, mumps. The hell is that? This is what this lady was saying, man. She was talking about the mumps and rubella. That's why she wanted different mumps, measles, and rubella. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see what pops up when you put that in X. Maybe her video will pop up. No, that's too late. Whatever. Mumps, measles, and oh, that's MMR. Oh, so that's what they're saying is the MMR. I thought that was MMR. Mumps, measles, and rubella. MMR Vacc protects against mumps, measles, and rubella. German measles. It is a live attenuated Vacc, meaning it contains a weakened version of the virus that can stimulate the immune system without causing the disease. Get the fuck out of here, man. They're giving people mumps, measles, and rubella. Damn. Yep. That's the Lord, man. Second Edges 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And that's why you're gonna go get it. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And this is what we're complaining about. Okay? This is what the hell I'm complaining about. You guys ain't got nothing to say about this stuff. You all for it. You asking for this. Let me see if I can find this video. Because she gets in it better than what I can. As a matter of fact, what's that? 5/3/25. But this is what they were probably pretty much getting into. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Yeah, he's bringing the plagues, man. 2 Edges 5:1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. And there was a great number of you who trusted in this devil's science. So if that's a good sign that you're going to also trust in this MOTB. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. And you have no faith. And that's why you're going to be subject to taking these things. The MMR. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Mark and Co. Inc. Let me find this. I never see. So, you know, you might not know, but this is what. Oh, that's dropping. Let me see the past 5 years. Oh, this is in the green. This is in the green for the day. Okay. What other GlaxoSmithKline biologicals. Let me look at this. 3927. 2020. It's not showing me. So you'd be somewhere here. January 17, 2020. So they're also making the MMR. You know, just, you know, sometimes, because it's where the money goes, man. Even some of these wars, you know, you look at the stock price for Lockheed or Raytheon. Duck's been talking about a golden dome. Where's that money going to? It's Serum Institute of India. Serum Institute of India. It is not public limited company listed on stock exchange. Okay. And we know what the hell's going on in India. Sanofi. Pasture. I just want to grab these. You know, because same thing. You're not really trending anything, but it's good to look at these up. Because just like when the stock market crashed, you know, why did it crash? Because of things that were going on in the world. Just like what you hear in the world now. You hear about these Ukraine right now was just given permission. Well, they've been had permission, but now it just hit the news again that they were gonna have ability to shoot long range missiles into Russia. Where are they going to be getting these long range missiles from? American made companies. Okay. So this is what people look for so they can trade. Look at Raytheon skyrocketing. This is going up. And what do you hear in the news? War. Okay. Golden Dome. 20 hours Pratt with workers approved contract ending strike deal keeps working. You know. But I didn't really want to get into all of that. But you know, this is what we got to keep our eye on. Well, you can keep your eye on whatever the Lord got you keeping your eye on. This is what I'm just looking up. Sirach 15 and 5 and 15. not it. Be not ignorant. Sirach 5 and 15. Why didn't I see it? See, that's it, man. Be not ignorant of a small matter, of anything, in a great matter or a small. Okay, so whatever that's going to lead to the conclusion, because all these jab shots, man, coming right now, this is something, you can just blow the trumpet about, man. Okay, Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it? And the Lord's doing it, man. He's doing it, man. Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And we read 2nd Edges 5 and 1. Hey, these days are getting shortened, man. I mean, people are going to be taken out in great number. Okay, and this is the Lord working. And it started off with the Shakira concert, but it's just so much going on, man. Let's see if anyone's talking about this MMR. Let's see what this is saying.
Listing your vacation rentals on Booking.com opens the door to more guests, like this bunch.
And time now to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. How do we go from nearly eliminating measles to seeing outbreaks again across the U.S.? Experts say it comes down to vaccination. The U.S. is seeing its biggest measles spike in years, since 2019. And health experts say it's a serious warning.
What the fuck is that, man? Look like Esau's skin's trying to come back, trying to show forth, man. He's coming. He's getting redder and redder, man.
And health experts say it's a serious warning. Let's connect the dots. Measles is a highly contagious virus that spreads through the air and can lead to serious complications. Before the measles vaccine, millions got sick every year, and thousands ended up in the hospital. The MMR vaccine protects against measles, mumps, and rubella. It's been used safely and effectively for more than 50 years. 2 doses offer about 97% protection, and most vaccinated people won't get sick.
Why is RFK talking about getting the facts straight if this has been proven for over 50 years? Okay, so, he kind of ran on the fact that you don't need these things and all that. Now he's switched his stance on it, and now he's trying to implement it. This is the devil, man. And y'all were all for it. Now y'all gonna be back in the same mindset as him. But ultimately, we need to be trusting in the Lord, man. Okay, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. If you trust in this devil to save you, you're gonna die. Believing in stupid shot efficacy and all this shit, man. The Lord is bringing a great number of people are gonna die, man. He's bringing plagues. They're literally giving you measles, mumps, and rubella. I mean, we've taken this. I probably taken this before as a kid too, because they recommended 12 to 15 months, and then when you're 4 to 6 years. So a lot of us have already taken a thing, but now whatever's spreading is causing the fear for you to go get maybe a variant of this or something. What is it causing it to do? This is the things we need to keep our eyes open about. Okay, and especially in these last days, man, because judgment's going out.
Even if exposed. Children typically get their first dose at 12 to 15 months and a second dose between ages 4 and 6. But in outbreak situations or for international travel, babies as young as 6 months can get an early dose. Despite false claims, multiple studies have shown the MMR vaccine does not cause autism. It's safe, effective, and critical for stopping the spread.
And that's what they were saying, man. RFK was saying that, the cases of autism there's a lot of the cases, man, they've been given this treatment. Okay, so people don't trust this devil, man. They really don't.
If you're unsure of your vaccine status, check your records or talk to your doctor. And that's connecting the dots.
All right, well, I'm gonna end it right there. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem,